This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Aurora, Colorado. I'm here at Jennifer Lynn Photography. Since 2015, this award-winning studio has preserved memories for families that they can treasure for years to come. I'm here with Jennifer, who is the photographer, owner, artist, mother. Let's start off a little bit about yourself. I mean, really, you come here from the state of Texas. You now live in this beautiful state of Colorado, which is really a perfect backdrop for any portrait out there. Share with me how it got started for you, to the passion of freezing a moment in time.
I am from Texas. I'm from the Dallas area, and I went to school at Texas A&M where I met my husband. We have 4 beautiful children, all under the age of 5. So life is a little crazy and chaotic, which I also think helps in my photography because I understand crazy families and how to get the best out of a family in a picture. And that's kind of what inspired me. I was involved in photography in high school, kind of when digital cameras first came out, and I did art graphics, and it became a hobby. But after my first child was born, I really became interested in preserving those memories, those moments, and it's always been a dream of mine to start my own photography business, and I figured, why wait? So I went ahead and started it a couple years ago.
Speaking of why wait, I mean, we live in a society that is go-go. I mean, time is moving faster than almost it did 20 years ago, it seems. We're so much in demand. Why is it important that people really take some time to actually capture some of their life?
That's a great question. Something I'm very passionate about is you need to, there are memories that happen, moments that happen, and they don't last forever. I mean, if you have kids, that quirky smile that drives you nuts is here a week, it's gone the next. Babies, the fact that, within weeks, an infant doesn't look the same as, when they came home from the hospital, just 2 or 3 weeks after they get home versus their first birthday. So many things change within a family. And I'm just, for my own family, I try to capture those memories. And I really want to help other families make sure they have those special moments with their own kids to display on their walls, to share with their kids when their kids grow up.
I mean, we now live in a time where every consumer out there really has a camera attached to their hand in their cell phone. I mean, you are a member of multiple professional photographers associations. As a professional, why do you think it's important that people take the time, make the investment, and find a professional photographer to capture some of those events?
Great question. Your phone can only do so much. And a photographer, a professional photographer, is someone who's taken a lot of time to invest in themselves and their education. What's a flattering pose for you to stand in? What's great lighting, not just outdoor but indoor? If you add a studio element, that's a whole other set of skill sets with where to position a light so it's flattering for somebody. And I think also something, as a mom and a photographer can get the best emotions out of your family and your kids. My kids don't respond to me the same way as another photographer because I'm mom. And because I'm also a photographer, they're like, just get the camera out of my face sometimes. Somebody else steps into the picture, they take them seriously. So I think there is a lot of value to hiring somebody who knows what they're doing, who's worked with kids, and who takes the time during your session and then afterward to edit the pictures so you can blow them up on your wall, make sure the colors are correct, and then make sure everything is exactly how you'd want to display it in your home.
I mean, as a professional full-time photographer for over 25 years, I totally agree with you. I mean, I see people today with cell phones getting lucky, maybe capturing an expression or two. I mean, but when it comes to a photographer, a professional photographer, they're dealing with multiple things at one time. They're dealing with posing, exposure, lighting, apertures, f-stops, composition. I mean, do you think people out there have no idea of how many things are going on simultaneously when you click that camera?
That is so true. I think that's one of the things I actually love about photography for myself. I love learning, and I don't think I can consume enough for me personally to learn. And I have consumed so much. It's it's an area where you can always learn and grow and improve. But there is a lot of technical things that you have to know about your camera, so you're not just on auto. There's a lot to know about the lighting, and then where to position people, and then especially for those candid moments with the family, there's a lot of capturing genuine expressions, not the forced fake smiles and things like that. So there's a lot to think about, and it really takes practice, a lot of practice.
Absolutely. I mean, all these technicalities are going on, and yet you're not dealing with a still object. This isn't a bowl on a table. This is a human being, a child, a baby. Why did you decide to specialize in newborns, babies? Why was that important to you?
I love taking pictures of kids. I think it's probably one of the hardest things because it's a moving target. And when you have kids, I would say 4 and under, you don't know what kind of kid you're going to get that day. And how they woke up, did they take a nap? Is the perfect light during their perfect nap time? So I think there's a lot to think about with that. But at the same time, I love the challenge of it. And then again, as a mom, those are just the really special moments with your kids. And to get mom and dad behind the camera with the kids, interacting with the kids, I think that that's just something magical.
Absolutely. I believe so as well. I mean, when a baby arrives, everything's kind of magical. Yet we know these babies change within days. Yes. I mean, it's important to get them newborn pictures done right away, but also actually the pregnancy, waiting for the baby to come. Share with me a little bit about maternity portraits and why that's something that you specialize in as well.
I offer maternity sessions to clients who've also booked a newborn session with me because I'm a little selfish and I like to see the babies after they're born, after investing all that time with the moms and dads. And my maternity sessions are outside. I love taking them outside in Colorado. We have beautiful backdrops with the mountains, great scenery. And one thing that I do like to add into maternity sessions is if you have other children, I try to incorporate a family element because it's not just about the baby, it's about the family growing by one, new big brother or sister, mom and dad adding something to their family, and it's a time for everybody to get involved and get in the picture. So I really try to get kids involved, dads involved, whether
Absolutely.
they feel like it or not. The focus is on the mom and of course the baby bump, but I do try to bring in the rest of the family too.
Regardless if it's newborns or babies, you can shoot outdoors, but you also have a fully equipped studio right here, kind of making it easy for people because really you provide everything. I mean, you've got the props hanging on the wall. You've got different arrangements you can set up. I mean, the only thing they need to do is bring themselves, or like you say, bring the siblings along. Do you encourage them to get the family involved like that, especially when you're talking about a brand new baby coming to the family?
Yes. Newborn sessions, I think, are probably one of my favorites. And I think there's something really special when they're, I try to take them when they're between 5 and 14, 10 to 14 days old, when they're still sleepy, they're still kind of curled up and posed. But it's not just about the baby, it's about also siblings and parents. So the sessions are long enough so we get enough of just the brand new baby, but also add in siblings for a couple pictures, and definitely some with mom and dad, and just mom and dad just themselves. Just a special intimate moment with just the two of them and the new baby.
Wonderful. I mean, as a father of many children, I know how important those first months of bringing a baby is. There's a lot goes on in that first year. Share with me how the baby milestones is something you incorporate into what you do.
My baby milestone sessions are for under their first year, so within their first year of life. And I've had several clients who said that they preferred one every couple months. Some only wanted 6 months in the year. Some only wanted just a few scattered throughout. So I've worked with that and taken a lot of the feedback to provide a bunch of different packages that fit what families are looking for. If you want every single stage captured, I would love to see those kids every single chance I get. If they want to come in just when they're sitting, standing in their birthday, then there's something for that too. Speaking
of their birthday, I imagine that's a perfect opportunity to smash the cake.
Yes, I love cake smash sessions, and I didn't do them with my first couple kids. I only did them with my third. surprisingly. It just didn't work out with our family. We were moving. But it was so much fun when I finally did one with my own kid. And I think the thing I realized afterward is it's a mess. So what I try to tell parents is if you bring them into the studio, you don't have to take care of the mess. I have a big backdrop that comes out. It's completely wipeable, able to clean it up. And afterward, we clean up your baby before they go home. So you don't have to take home a kid full of, cake in their hair.
How cool to have that memory, though, of something like that. Many photographers out there, they focus on the big day, what they call the wedding day. You've decided to basically focus on some young princesses years before that big day. Tell me about the mini bridal.
That is something that a friend shared with me, I think about 2 years ago, and it's where you have your old wedding dress, and if you have a daughter, they come in and put it on. You can bring in some people have wedding shoes, jewelry, things like that, and I think what's so fun is the dress doesn't fit the child. And so they're kind of swimming in it, but it's a blast. They're rolling around, laughing. They're connecting with their mom on a different level. And so that's something that I'm really hoping to see more of in my business in the next couple years, because it's just a magical thing. And I did it with my own daughter. And I have a big canvas of it that I anticipate bringing up at her wedding day.
That is a cool thing to have. I'd love to see something like that. One right next to the cake, another one of her actual bridal shot. That'd be cool. Obviously, a baby is an amazing thing because it creates a family. I mean, before you know it, you've got a family. You have a few of them, full families. Do the family portraits allow you to get out in Colorado and really create some lifestyle portraits?
Yes, and that is something that I've been really wanting to add to my own style. And so I took time this year to take a bunch of different classes from esteemed photographers around the country and learn elements of that candid style, which is actually rather difficult to do unless you get out and practice, because it's remembering all those technical things and then capturing a moment that is so fleeting and fast. So I have really been doing that a lot lately toward the end of the year as I've been able to practice and incorporate that. But for me, I love to still have those posed family photos in there because those are the ones that Grandma and Grandpa love to see. Those are the ones you hang up on your wall. Sure. And so I try to do a mix of both that candid and the group posed pictures of everyone, mom and dad in the picture.
Excellent. I mean, quite honestly, sooner than we think, the nest is empty. And all we have left are memories and photographs. I know for myself, I can't fill up my walls fast enough to basically fill in the void of some of the kids that are leaving. Do you feel it's important that people pick some wall portraits, some key images, and place them on their walls?
I do, and I think that's something that's kind of changed with the digital photography climate. So many of us have pictures on our phones or on our computers, and we don't display them. And I think that that's kind of a problem. Our kids aren't seeing those on the wall, and I think if you're going to invest in professional photography, you should display those. And I know for me, I know I'm a little biased. I'm a photographer. I'm running out of space, so I'm switching out pictures as we've added kids. But my kids love to see those pictures on the wall. Who's that baby? I remember that chair. That's my favorite outfit. And I think when I see my kids interacting with pictures like that, I see from a personal standpoint how important it is to hang those on your home.
Not only that, but I think the images that a professional creates deserve more than a Facebook post. I mean, quite honestly, I love an image on a wall. It becomes really a conversation piece for your guests that walk in. You're able to check it out. Very neat. I mean, do you enjoy the co-creation with the parent in what they want. I mean, obviously, if somebody comes in, you have many ideas. That is what you do. But for people who come in with their own ideas and maybe what they want to capture, do you enjoy that process?
I do, and I actually try to talk to parents, especially if they come in for newborn sessions, about colors in their home. And if they come in and they have a nursery that's already has a theme or a color scheme, I try to bring out props that actually go with that. So when they choose an item to print in their home, it already goes with the decor in your home. So if we're going to do outdoor pictures with the family and you have soft neutrals in your home, don't come wearing bright colors to your session because you won't want to display that on your walls. So I try to talk through wardrobe and how to put together your family before you arrive to the session so you're ready, and then the pictures later match something you would even want to display.
Excellent. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is her website. On the website, first of all, take a look at the different sessions that she's able to provide for you, basically all the way through a child's life, from newborn, the first year, which is very important, all the way to senior photography. These are some memories that you definitely want to capture. Check out on the website there. Also the testimonials. Many people who have been thrilled with basically the capturing of images of their loved ones. Really easy for people to get set up, spend a little time, come in and get a portrait taken. Has it been rewarding for you being able to capture the newborn, the baby, all the way to the senior photography, and then maybe even starting their own family?
Oh gosh, it's been a joy, especially since I'm getting into the end of my second year as a professional, especially when families are coming back. And to hear that they've put up pictures on their wall. Sometimes they'll just take a picture with their phone and say, look where I put your pictures, or this is where my family sits and has dinner, and this is what we see. It's so meaningful for me, and it makes me want to continue to keep doing this for families, even though if you are a photographer, the editing, sitting behind the computer, that's something people don't see. That can be a long process of just sitting down and hand editing every image, but when you get the feedback, or when you're in the middle of editing and you see just that perfect smile, from that one kid who was having a rough day, it just makes it all worth it.
Makes it all worth it. I mean, I know I see many 5-star reviews out there. Those have to make you feel great. But let me ask you before I let you go, how did it feel being a new photographer with a new business, and you were actually recognized by your peers in an award?
Wow. That was a goal I had for myself, and I dreamed of it happening someday, and the fact that I entered both the competitions this year and I placed in both is just it's incredible. It's humbling, but it also makes me feel like I found my passion and it's something that I love to do. And to be able to, the first one was one of the first newborns that I ever did, and I sent the mom a picture of it and said, look, this just won an award, and her reaction was just priceless. And I just I'm so excited, and it just makes me want to continue to learn and grow and continue to enter these competitions. And
Wonderful. Last time, viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen. You're going to see her contact information right there. Obviously, a portrait is something you can get done year-round. Pretty busy during the holidays, so you want to make sure and get in and get something booked up there as well. Check out the gallery there. She'll walk you step by step of what the different sessions are, what they entail. If you're not sure, click on the What to Expect tab. She'll walk you through basically what happens, what do you need to wear, who do you need to bring. Those type of things are all important to many steps that are basically taken to make sure that a professional image comes out picture perfect and is ready for your wall. That is Jennifer Lynn Photography since 2015, creating for families treasures they have for years to come. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.